Nervous breakdown, 19. Part 19, basically. Yeah, this is me, the person who's had a nervous breakdown. Now, this message is personal because there are people out there who know my username on YouTube, and they're to do with people who say, if you put any videos up on YouTube, we're going to have you prosecuted. But I spoke to the Citizens Advice Bureau on Friday, the 18th of January 2019, and they said, so long as you don't mention anyone's names, you can say what the hell you want. These people are just trying to control you because they're scared for their jobs and probably know damn right too well what you're saying has been and has always been the absolute truth, and they're just shitting themselves. So this is a very special message to a very special person as myself, and to a very evil person out there, and you know who you are. And I'm sure one of your colleagues and friends who says what goes around comes around will personally agree, because that's what one of your friends said to me, one of your colleagues. So what goes around comes around, and enjoy this video. Okay, my name is Stuart Melvin Field. I live in an establishment. A year and a half ago, someone here touched me in a sexually inappropriate way on my bottom. I was dressed up in female clothing because I cross-dress, and I feel more comfortable cross-dressed. I'm attracted to females only and am not interested in men in a sexual way in any way. And basically, a year and a half ago, I was standing in my bathroom. There's somebody standing behind me who I'm not allowed to mention. Hopefully after looking at this video, that person will never be able to look their wife or children, if they have any, in the eyes of fucking again. I'm standing in my bathroom. I said, looks alright, don't it? And then, after that, I immediately felt a hand touch the back of my skirt. I spun around before the person had their chance to put their right arm down by their side. And the person said, looks alright, mate. Then put his hands up, right fingers up to his nostrils, waved his arms up and down, went like that, and walked out the room. Next day I confronted this person on this, and the person said to me, he's been here for over 12 years. No one will believe me because he's been here for 12 years, it's his word against mine, and he can just say I'm just a mentally ill person. So I had to suffer for this. I saw a police investigation team who are specially trained to deal with matters like this. Considering the fact that I was male raped as a child at 14 years old. And because of what happened when I was 14 years old, when I had to walk home with spunk pouring down my school trouser legs, and after I was raped in Valentine's Park in North Essex at 14 years old. And then for a couple of months, I never told my parents, because my parents are evil. My father did inhumane punishments on me anyway, for which my mother ran down the stairs and out the house and has always denied that to this day. And so I used to sit in the bath every night and I used to scrub myself until I drew blood, because I was trying to get the disgusting scent of that man who raped me in Valentine's Park off my flesh. When I eventually told my parents, my mother called me filth and my father called me disgusting dirt. He said, you're dirt, dirt, dirt. You're dirt, disgusting dirt. And all my life since, I'm 49 years old now, but since then, I'm constantly told in my head I'm dirt. When I can't clean houses, when houses get dirty, I can't go, my head gets locked from going near the dirt because my father called me filth. When I saw that specialist police team, police officer said to me, said, do you relive traumatic events in your life? And I said, can you explain what you mean by relive? And he said, like flashbacks. Do you relive, revolve, do they revolve? I said, yes, they do. They do. And no one believes me because of this fact. And no mental health services will allow me to defend myself and explain this to anyone. So that's why I've had to put this video up on YouTube. Now this man, this person who touched me, I'm not allowed to mention his name, and I won't. I won't. Not at this stage. But I want that person out there to know this. If you do have a wife and children, I wish your children and your wife dead. I used to work as a psychic years ago, and someone looks after me and looks over me. And almost every day I see your face, whether I'm trying to wash myself, my hands come up to my face like this, I constantly shake all the time. All my clothes in the house are covered in piss and shit, and I've got to somehow wash those, and this happens each and every week, because I go to bed and I have the most horrific nightmares of seeing your face in your red t-shirt and your black slacks when you used to come to work here. I see you like that, because that's what you were wearing when you touched me that time. And that's how I see you. And I wake up in the morning with my duvet covered in piss. And sometimes I shit myself in my sleep. Well, I've had dreams about you. That same flashback. And it's not just when you actually initially touched me in the first place, but the dreams are getting more horrific and horrific and horrific. And you have a good hard look at me now and you see what you've done. Because I bet when you were sitting in front of the police being interviewed, I bet you had your own little smirky plan. How many times, I wonder if there's been other times when you've done this to other people and none of them have spoken up. But I flipping speak up. And I've increased my binge drinking to such an extent since what you did to me. Well, I now have excessive fluid in my body, which I've had in my body for over 3 months. And every time I put my socks on, my legs swell up like the size of balloons. And I can't go into a medical hospital and have treatment because where I've been binge drinking, I get violent epileptic fitting in my head. So if I start fitting in a medical hospital from whilst having my stomach drained, it's a catch-22, I can't. And all this started because of what you did to me. Personally, I wish I'd been put under police video camera at the time. Personally, I wish I had have done. But I was shaking all the time, I was constantly crying because of what you did to me. And I hope you live in guilt for the rest of your entire life. Because I happen to be a very religious person. And I can never forgive you in this life for what you did to me. But I forgive myself for not taking a piece of wood at the time or some part of my furniture and smashing your head to a pulp and leaving you as a bloodstained wreck on the floor for what you did to me. I can forgive myself for not doing anything like that because I believe in the Lord God. And in the name of the Father, the Son and the Holy Spirit, I forgive myself for not causing you any harm. But I did harm a few weeks ago. A few weeks after what you did to me. I overdosed. I was ill. And all for what? So you could touch me on my bottom and get some thrill. Like when you told me, what you said to me those times? Hey Stuart, what did it feel like to have a man suck on your cock when you was 14 years old? You were a professional in a position of trust and you betrayed that trust. I hope you rot in hell. Don't forget to tell your wife about, if you have a wife, about when you told me how you used to eye up 12-year-old schoolgirls when you were driving home from work. Oh, incidentally, that female who used to come here who had nothing to do with this building, a certain mental health female, she doesn't come here anymore since you left. And I don't care what anyone says about this. Look at me now. Look what you've done to me. And all your poxy friends believe you. Have a good hard look. These videos are being saved for my solicitor for a future date because I'm on hunger strike to my death. I'm on hunger strike to my death because of what you did to me. And then my binge drinking caused me to act slightly irrational and get myself in little problems, and now I'm being evicted, which is all because of you touching me in the first place. Which, when you touched me on my bum, you triggered off alarm bells and klaxons and sirens in my head, dating back to when I was 14 years old and raped by a man in Valentine's Park. I hope you are proud of what you have done.